Thank you for joining me for this presentation of how to build a log cabin. I'm interested in this topic because I'm recently in the market for a couple of acres to be able to build something on. And I feel that log cabins are aesthetically pleasing and it's got a hearth appeal to it. I hope that by the end of the presentation that you would get out of this what is possible to do without a contractor, and maybe even think about the design and function of houses in a little bit different way. Now, why would someone consider taking this project on themselves as opposed to hiring a professional? Building, or at least playing a major component in the building process, allows you to select a lot of the features of the home yourself. Most authentic log cabins from the 19th and early 20th century were 12 by 12 rooms. So the smaller space is key to be able to build the infrastructure how you want to, right? It's important to get the most out of your layout and be able to place things where you want to put them. Efficiency living in that small confine is a popular trend these days as well. The idea is that the less room you have, the less things that you will buy to put in that small space, right? So the other pro that comes along with that is smaller confine means that you spend more time outside in nature and enjoying the space around you. Now let's talk about the process that's involved with this, right? So we'll start with the comparatively simple tools that come along with building a log cabin yourself. As documented in the book A Home from the Woods, we'll start off, chainsaw is very key to being able to cut down these trees that you're going to need. And if you want to take it, to the days of before in the 20th century, how they did it, you can get a cross-cut saw with two people. A timber jack is similar to a car jack. It holds up the log while you are able to remove the bark and hew the lumber. Cables, wrenches, chains, axe, hatchet, chisels enable you to notch away the wood and be able to plane it the way that you need it. Compass, chalk line, carpenter's pencil are all able to help you mark the wood where you need to cut. And drill, circular saw, power for your power tools as necessary. Lastly, a clear and level head. This is a pretty difficult project. It can be time consuming, it can be frustrating. Keep your wits about you, right? So the next task is to find your build site. Take the following into account when choosing your location. Do you want running water and sewer? You can electrically bring up the well water, and you can have a septic field for your sewer, the other option is to pull up the well water yourself and to have an outhouse. Just take those into consideration. Also, where will the materials come from? If you're planning on using timber from your own land, you want to make sure that you have enough available trees of the right diameter and height, and also that you're not going to deplete your natural resources to be able to do it. In Middle Tennessee, the most popular and commonly used tree is poplar, but it really doesn't matter as long as you have the right structure. Lastly, I'd like everyone to consider the view. When you wake up in the morning and you look outside your window, make sure that you're looking at something that you're going to want to for the life and span of the time that you own this house, right? So now you've got everything you need, it's time to put it all together. Construction, firstly, putting down the floor, starting off with a slab is the easiest way, but if the house is not on a level field, then you have to use footers or stone benches to hold up the sides in the middle. Next, raising the logs on top of that. If you have the resources, a tractor allows you to pull the logs up a little bit easier, but again, if you want to take it back to the days before they had tractors, they used to use ramps of logs that would be pulled by farm animals on the other side to get it on top of the structure as you go up. Most newer log cabins use tin roofs as they're a little bit cheaper, and it sounds great when it rains. My recommendation for the guts of the house, I only have two. One is to use or to get a good wood stove to keep the warmth in the house, and the other is to put a is to build a loft inside of the cabin. This is a great space saver and allows you to have a bedroom where the air is warm and coming up and keeps you warm all night. So in conclusion, whether it's used as a vacation getaway or an empty nested retirement home, or just a permanent domicile for you, building a log cabin is a rewarding experience. In the 1920s, people who lived in cabins were really ashamed of the way that they felt that they were poor, that they would cover it up with clapboard and drywall. But today cabins are rarely used as the first home of choice, but that doesn't mean that they can't be given another opportunity. Thank you.